Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. Today I'm going to be reviewing my Peterbilt 281 dual truck. Well, it's not actually a 281, it's actually a 379, a 389, or a 359, or something similar to those models. So, let's get into the review. So, I thought I'd start with the cab first because it is the entire main part of the truck and it does pull the trailer. So, yeah, let's review the cab first. So, I made this artificial rusting effect by mixing brown paint and some dirt I found outside. And I also... Sorry, there's a few strings left of the hot glue. Yes, I use hot glue for this because I don't have super glue. Sorry, hold on. Alright, now, I use black paint to make this dirty, grimy effect. I also use it on the smokestack, so it looks like the smoke has actually weathered the tip of the smokestack. I also added this AC unit, and I removed it because it either broke off or was in the wrong position. And I'm not entirely sure about this position if it's correct, so let me know. Also, the doors can open, but they're really hard because they're really tight. Yeah, doors can open. And I added some red paint on the steering wheel so it represents the ending of the film where the driver is either dead or escaped and there's blood on the steering wheel. Something like that. And that's pretty much it for the cab. But I also want to go over the entire bed itself. So I also added some dirty effect by adding just regular brown paint because I think the entire fake rust on the cab will affect how the wheels roll. Also, I did paint the rims too, but I had to remove the tires, which was a pain in my ass. And it also kind of damaged one of the tires. I'm not really sure which one it was. So yeah, this is the entire cab. Oh yeah, I also removed this gas tank because the original truck only had one, I believe. Yeah, I think it only had one because it's I broke off this license plate. Sorry, it's not really that stable. But still, I think the original truck had one gas tank because one side of the truck has no gas tank and the other side does in some images. So I think it only has one gas tank. Alright, that's pretty much all for the tanker. I mean the truck. So let's go on to comparisons. Alright, so here he is next to Optimus Prime. Here he is next to Bumblebee. My only intact dummy 13 because I used my others to make custom FNAF figures. Also, this dummy 13 is supposed to be a female character. Now here's the truck next to a monkey. Yeah, I had nothing else to compare it to, so I just got one of my brother's monkeys. Alright, now I'm gonna review the trailer. And as you can see, it's made of cardboard because it's the only material that I have. Yeah, I don't have a 3D printer, at least not yet. But still, I made the labels out of paper and then glued them on with some hot glue. And then used some black wash to make them look dirty. Also, the back label is spelled incorrectly. I don't have the time to change that. Oh yeah, also I did the same thing with the headlights, but yeah, they don't have that more weathering effect. And the wheels are also made of cardboard. I just painted them black. They don't roll either because I didn't know how to make a stable rolling mechanism. And there's a wooden skewer here, or at least part of a wooden skewer, that the trailer uses to connect to the truck. I also use the same rusting technique with the trailer, and I also use that same black wash technique. So I'm gonna tell you how the entire trailer connects. Alright, so the entire trailer connects by obviously the trailer hitch, but I kind of modified it. I modified the trailer hitch by drilling it a bit, and I also took out the original skewer and replaced it. You hear that rattling noise? That's the original trailer hitch. Or at least the thing that connects to the trailer. Yeah, I just pushed it in. Now, it connects by this hole here. Yeah, that hole there. Sorry. Yeah. That hole there, because my fingers are too fat. And then this wooden peg would go into that hole. Like that. But you have to line it up perfectly, or else it won't connect. Also, I heard these trucks on Amazon. Sorry, hold on. I heard these trucks on Amazon have a trailer sometimes. I mean, yeah, these trucks on Amazon have a trailer included sometimes. And I do not have that trailer because I got this one at a gas station. So it didn't come with the trailer. But it did have a sleeper, which I removed. No one else. Hold on, let me zoom in. I find it weird that... Oh, shit. I find it weird that the sleeper ear was kind of screwed onto the truck. And yet they still had the back as if it was a day cab. Which kind of shocked me. But still. It even had some detail. But obviously you can't see it because of the rust. And that AC unit. Yeah, so that's my dual truck model. I plan on using this in some of my videos. Like, if you've seen one of my Godzilla skits, you've probably seen it in that. So, that concludes this... That concludes this review. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll see you in the next review. Which is, I'm not really sure. But still, I will see you guys in the next review. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 in subscribers at some point. So, happy Thanksgiving. I already said that, but still. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.